Hello beautiful people! In my previous video, I did a 5-minute makeup challenge. So I thought it would be useful for me to follow up with this video where I share tips on how I managed to complete this challenge. So let's start. I like to put aside the eyeshadow palette and the face palette that I'll be using. For the eyeshadow palette, the Goss Imperial Topaz eyeshadow palette, because the shades are very versatile. It's a neutral palette and it has the dark shade that you can use to align your eye. I use this shade, it's matte brown shade, on my eyelid to reduce the puffiness. It has this lighter shade that can be used like a highlight, and it has some sparkle as well. They call it the celestial shade. It gives a bit of sparkles to the eyelid. I'm also using the Hourglass Lighting Face palette for the blushes, bronzer, and this has a highlighter as well, and finishing powders if I have time. But usually for the 5-minute challenge, the time is a little bit tight for that. Second tip is to moisturize and prime your skin before you start, because I have drier skin. So priming my skin first makes it easier for me to put on the makeup. It's smoother and faster. So I start with concealing any dark circles or redness that I can see. And I use a damp beauty blended sponge because this, when it is damp, it can spread the colors much quicker and smoother. And usually what I do is I wet it totally and I squeeze out the moisture. For me, that's the right consistency of the sponge. Next step, I will use my powder, my pressed powder, which has a heavier coverage. And the next step I go on to is my eyebrows. So what I'll do is I'll brush up the eyebrow hairs, and then I use my ink pen. The reason I use an ink pen is because it is easier for me to add the color on my eyebrows, especially the sparse areas. Then I'll use the Goss eyeshadow palette, and I'll use this brown color. I use this blending brush to blend out the edges. Next, I'll use an eyeliner pencil to darken up my lash line. And a flat angle brush helps in smoothing the line. I will drag the color out a little bit at the end to give my eye a little bit of a lift as well. An eyelash curler to curl the lashes and give it a more open and lifted look. I recommend using a waterproof mascara, especially for straighter lashes, because this will help to hold the curl better. For the lips, I use a lipstick that is creamier, so it's easier to apply. And the blush, I'll just mix these two colors together and apply it here on the higher points, and just apply some blusher. If there's a little bit more time, I can do some quick check to see what I have to touch up, and also to just bronze the edge of my face. Add a little bit of eyeshadow used as a highlighter, and a little bit of sparkle to the eyelids. Just dab it on the middle. Okay, and this is my completed look. In case you have not seen my 5-minute challenge and would like to check it out, you can click on the next video that will play after this. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you next time. Stay beautiful. Bye!